Shout out Mike Splurge, shout out Dimitri. She's been showing support since day one, you heard me. That way. That way, that way, that way, that way, that way, that way, that way. Young Savage Trippy, that way. Young Savage Trippy, that way. Slaughtering these hoes, that way. Slaughtering these hoes, that way. Making so much dough, that way. Making so much dough, that way. I live in the studio, that way. I live in the studio, that way. Young Savage Trippy, that way. Young Savage Trippy, that way. Slaughtering these hoes, that way. Slaughtering these hoes, that way. Making so much dough, that way. Making so much dough, that way. I live in the studio, that way. I live in the studio, that way. Every day I got a new bitch, you only got one life to get rich. I have never been a snitch, I fucked her all night, made her eat a plan B. I hit it once, now she love me. Haters wanna be me, I gotta flex for the enemy. Me and your bitch are on Hennessy, my gang pulling up like the military. I'm flying like a fairy, smoking on some weed that tastes like blueberry. I'm always rolling Mary, I'm always blowing on some cookie. I got the illest bars, I'm not a rookie. I fucking so hard, she raps her favorite song by me. Haters give me energy, I'm a legend, nobody will forget me. I gotta learn foreign languages to talk to all my bitches. I'm all about my riches, I've been fucking on these bitches. Every bitch needs to sign a contract to be on my team. I'm chasing my biggest dream. Young Savage Trippy, that way. Young Savage Trippy, that way. Slaughtering these hoes, that way. Slaughtering these hoes, that way. Making so much dough, that way. Making so much dough, that way. I live in the studio, that way. I live in the studio, that way. Young Savage Trippy, that way. Young Savage Trippy, that way. Slaughtering these hoes, that way. Slaughtering these hoes, that way. Making so much dough, that way. Making so much dough, that way. I live in the studio, that way. I live in the studio, that way. I'm lighting these niggas up like the cigarettes. I stay spinning rich, I'm causing so many threats. You can't trust nobody, that's a bet. All my bars are so wet, I got your bitch sipping on some high tech. I'm floating like a jet, my name is all over the internet. I was raised being poor, every time I get a band I want more. Now I'm throwing money on the floor, now I got a freaking model knocking on my door. Your bitch just poured a 4. I just snapped, I ain't saying no more. I just snapped, I ain't saying no more. Young Savage Trippy, that way. Young Savage Trippy, that way. Slaughtering these hoes, that way. Slaughtering these hoes, that way. Making so much dough, that way. Making so much dough, that way. I live in the studio, that way. I live in the studio, that way. Young Savage Trippy, that way. Young Savage Trippy, that way. Slaughtering these hoes, that way. Slaughtering these hoes, that way. Making so much dough, that way. Making so much dough, that way. I live in the studio, that way. I live in the studio, that way.